The employee handbook told me to ignore the janitor. I should have listened. I've worked night security at Meridian Data Solutions for 3 years. It's mind-numbing. Check the server room, sweep the parking lot, log into the monitoring system every hour. The building is a concrete box with buzzing fluorescent lights and the faint hum of cooling fans. Tonight is no different, except for the employee handbook I found in the break room. It's thick, spiral-bound, with a coffee stain on page 47. I've never seen it before, but it's mine now. I pocket it and start my rounds. Floor 2 is dead. The air is stale, carrying that metallic tang of old electronics. My footsteps echo too loudly. I always notice that. The server room door is locked, cool against my palm. I tap my badge, and it clicks. Inside, rows of blinking lights, the low drone of machinery. I glance at the thermostat, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Normal. I log the check on my phone, then head to the stairwell. That's when I start reading the handbook. I'm walking down the stairs, one hand on the railing, the other holding the book. The first few pages are standard, dress code, parking rules. But around page 12, things get weird. Do not acknowledge anyone after 2 a.m. unless they present a valid badge. I glance at my phone, 1:56 a.m. I'm alone. Continue down. Page 16, if a fire alarm sounds, do not evacuate. Wait for verbal confirmation from a supervisor. That's insane. I work here, and no one ever told me that. I flip more. Page 21, the janitor is never to be spoken to. If he speaks, ignore him. He does not have a badge. Janitor? I've seen a janitor, gray coveralls, mop bucket, always humming. Never thought twice. Now my skin prickles. I stop at the landing. The handbook has a section titled Protocol for Encounters with Non-Compliant Personnel. It lists names. Susan M., Office 203. Last seen, March 14, 2022. Do not provide assistance. Susan was HR, she retired last year. Or did she? The date is over 2 years ago. I feel cold. The hum from the lights sounds wrong, a warble I can't place. I tell myself it's a joke. A prank from IT. But my phone battery drops from 80% to 17% in under a minute. That's not possible. I open the camera to take a picture of the page, and the flash doesn't fire. The screen shows me standing in the stairwell, but behind me, there's a figure 2 steps down. I spin around, nothing. My heart is thudding. I take the stairs 2 at a time to the ground floor. The lobby is empty, security monitors showing the same empty halls. But the handbook page 47, the one with the coffee stain, has a handwritten note in the margin, you shouldn't be reading this. The ink is wet. I touch it, it smears on my finger. I call my supervisor, Mark. Voicemail picks up after 1 ring, the number you have dialed is not in service. But I used it yesterday. I text my colleague Jen, what's the rule about the janitor? Her reply comes 2 minutes later, who's janitor? Then, stop. Then nothing. I decide to leave. I head for the main exit, but the doors are locked. My badge won't swipe. I try the emergency release, it pulls but the door doesn't budge. The handbook falls open to a page I hadn't seen. In the event of a containment issue, remain in the building until cleared by Central. Central? We don't have a Central. I'm trapped. I look up the handbook again and find a final page. If you read this far, you are now personnel. You may not leave until you are replaced. Please proceed to the basement, room B01, for orientation. My breath catches. The basement was decommissioned before I started. It's supposed to be sealed. But the handbook's final line, take the elevator. It will open. The elevator beside me, which has been out of service for 2 years, dings. The doors slide open, revealing a well-lit car. Inside, a mop and bucket sit in the corner, still wet. And the janitor's humming drifts up from below. I can't hear it, but I feel it in my chest. The handbook in my hands feels warm. I have a choice. Stand here and wait? Or step into the elevator? There's no third option. My phone is dead. The lights flicker. The humming grows louder. My hand reaches for the elevator button. I don't want to, but I don't think that matters anymore. The doors close behind me, and the humming stops. My own voice starts it again.